Okay, here I'm going to show you guys how to add and drop people from your roster, including waiver moves and free agency moves, which remember are two different things this year. Okay, again, we're back on the website. We're here on the home menu of the website. And easiest way to do this is to go to My Team and scroll down to Add Drop Players. Although, as you see here, you can also do add drops from this menu up here. So this is what the menu looks like. You've got the players that you wish to add and the players that you wish to drop. Now, if you don't have a full roster, you can go ahead and add players without dropping them. One thing that I want you guys to note, we are in preseason, so right now all of these guys have a little asterisk which says that they're locked. These locked players aren't going to be unlocked until the waivers process, which will be the Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning of the first week of the NFL season before that first Thursday night game. So if I were putting in a waiver request, which is all I can do right now, let's say I really wanted the 49ers, my blind bid amount, now remember this is because it's a waiver request, my blind bid amount has to start off at 50 cents, and let's say I was going to drop Terrell Pryor for the 49ers. I don't know exactly what the comments do. Group number, we'll talk about that just briefly in a little bit, but let's say I'm going to put that through. And then I also need a kicker. So let's say that I don't know any kickers. Well, I'm going to come down here to position, hit place kicker. And then here we've got all the available free agent place kickers. So let's say I want Chandler Candazzaro, and I will drop, I don't care because it's going to get deleted anyway. I'll drop Hunter Henry. Now, again, since this is a waiver acquisition, I need to put it in as waivers because right now, just that part, the player is locked, so it gets put in as a waiver. When we're on free agency, these guys can just get added to the roster willy-nilly. And I submit waiver requests. Now, one thing you see here is this copy to group 2 thing and move up and move down. This is the prioritized waivers that we voted for. So I can say that I really want this guy more importantly, or I can move this guy to group 2. There's a whole series, not a whole series, but there's a very long, lengthy explanation as to how these waivers get processed. The easiest way to see it is if we come up here and we go to help. We can either do search for help or we can just click on Help Center. And if we look up, not waivers, we're looking for blind bid. How do we enter blind bidding requests? We are conditional waivers, which means from this answer, you want to come down to this part, submit conditional blind bids. And that comes from here all the way down to here. These two examples right here are really good examples to emphasize how these are going to get processed. Groups don't matter at all. It's just a matter of organization so that your roster is manipulated the way that you want. If you have more specific questions about conditional bidding, you guys can read here, or you can talk to us in the website. One other thing, and I've already switched back to this other page, if you don't want the waiver in, you just come right here and you click delete, and then nothing happens. Now remember, waivers get processed every week. Free agency happens from Wednesday at 1 in the morning until that particular player plays that week. And if that player does not play that week, for instance, if that player is on a bye, I believe they get locked out Sunday at 1 anyway. If you want to drop a player, you come to this same drop add menu, and if we wanted to drop Terrell Pryor, we can drop at any point. So if you want to clear up space on your roster, you can go ahead and drop it at any point.